What's he unboxing? What it be? I don't know. Shut up and see. Hey guys, back at it. Another night, another book. This is not going to be a habit. I'm not going to have a video every day. But it just so happens that I got another trade edition to share with you. And I'm really excited. It's Dead Astronauts by Jeff VANDERMEER. That's... It's not a spoiler if you've read the title for the video. Anyway, first let's check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. See what kind of fuel we got for tonight's video. And let's see. Thank you, Magic Duff Bucket. It's a White Russian. And it's pretty special drink because this is a kind of a special book. I just said it's a trade edition. And I hope you were paying attention. But it's also a signed trade edition. And it's signed to Jeffing Off, so it's in a limited number of books that are ascribed to Jeffing Off. And so I have a Richard Chismar, I have a Joe Hill, now I have a Jeff Mann. Oh, and I also have a bunch of Joe Lansdale books written to Jeffing Off. And now I got a Jeff VANDERMEER. And again, we're going to employ the use of the Hyper Beast. It's a very colorful knife, a lot of foliage, and Jeff VANDERMEER is an environmental champion, so I think this knife sort of suits the work. Anyway, this is the trade edition, but fear not, because I will be getting the Subterranean Press edition as well. That's some ways off. And I can't wait to get that because my whole experience with Jeff VANDERMEER began with The Complete Born by Subterranean Press. I love that book so much. I got the Southern Reach trilogy by Cemetery Dance, which isn't published yet. And then when Subterranean Press announced they were going to do Dead Astronauts, I was all over that like some sort of a fungus. You know, when I read Complete Born, I thought there were rumors that Dead Astronauts was going to be bonus material in that book, The Complete Born, and then it just became its own book. So I don't know if that's just a fever dream I had once about the book having bonus material in it, or if that was actually a plan that was originally made and then it got scrapped. I don't know. I'm not privy to those ins and outs. So if you haven't seen Dead Astronauts out and about in the world, it's a trippy ass book. Look at this thing. Look at that. I think a number of you are probably trying to adjust your monitor at home or your phone or whatever, what have you. But no, that's just the trippy book cover. I think it's awesome. Love it. I love it. So this oh wow. Wow. I can't read that barely, but it says, for Jeffing Off, joy reminds us why we are. Joy reminds us why we are. What does it say? Joy reminds us why we are. I love it. I love it. I love that additional little bit. So cool. That is really, really cool. I'm so glad I got this. And of course, it did not cost more than a regular trade edition. It's just that Jeff VANDERMEER has a relationship with this bookseller. It's a local bookstore, and I'm always jazzed when I can patronize a local bookstore in Florida. And he goes in there frequently, signs all kinds of books. I will put the name of the place, I think it's called Midtown Reader, in the comments. I don't know if they have any more Dead Astronauts, but if they do, I would get over there and see if they can hook you up. He will flat sign them. They also have a number of books that are flat signed by him, ready to ship out, no problem. But I asked for a Jeffing Off signature, and so there was a little bit of a time that it took to get that because he had to stop in again. But that's so cool. That is so cool. If anybody wants to crack that, Joy reminds us why we are joyful? Crack that for me. I think it's cool. I think it's so cool. A little mystery to solve. And I can't wait to read this. I've heard a lot of reviews about it that were sort of mixed. Some people either get it and loved it or didn't get it, and so were just kind of turned off by it. I'll probably be in the former camp. I'll probably get it and love it. I just have a feeling. I really loved what I read with Complete Born. You know, it's one of those books that you might not well, it's not that you don't completely understand the trip, you just like taking the trip. You know, there's so many things about Complete Born that I wasn't really getting right away, and just so much that's sort of left to the reader to sort of interpret. And that can be kind of too much of a responsibility for some people, but I loved it. I liked it, and I liked going with it and trusting the story and sort of living in that universe for a little while. It's definitely a different experience, and I really appreciate the work that went into it, and I loved it. So this is a beautiful trade edition, all on its own. Even if you don't get it Siggy signed to you, it's still something really cool to own. And then, of course, get over to Subterranean Press. They're going to have a limited print run of Dead Astronauts, a limited edition. And the artwork is, I've seen the cover artwork for that, and it looks so cool. So I'd get over there and secure a copy too. Vandermeer is a really original author. I dig it. You know, I really dig it. Anyway, that's his unboxing, trade edition, Midtown Book Readers. I'll try to put the link, you know, where you got to look for it. And keep an eye out and check out Jeff Vandermeer. You know, just because you don't let me ruin all Jeffs for you. So, you know, there are some good Jeffs out there. There are some that are worthwhile, that deserve to be loved. You know, after the crew went home and we wrapped up for the day at Jeffing Off Studios and closed up, and I had a little bit of time to look at the book a little more closely, you know, not in the heat of production. You know, when you're filming, you're you're in the mode and you're just kind of distracted, and you don't have that attention to detail. So in the quieter moments, I looked at the book and I realized the quote, the thing written on the signature page says, "Joy reminds us why we fight." I think that's so cool. Jeff Vandermeer could have just written my name to Jeffing Off and signed his name and been done with it, but he added that little bit of line. It's really cool. It's a little bit of poetry. It's I don't know if it's a line from the book, but he did the same thing for Finch, this hardcover. He put in copy that was on the editing room floor that didn't make it in the book, but you know, obviously he wanted to give it as an added bonus, and he signed the dust jacket, which is so cool. This edition of Finch, which I haven't read yet, is pretty limited, small print run, all that. And I just love that. I think it's cool. And, you know, I didn't call it out in the video. There's so many things when I watch these videos back, and I'm like, I don't call out. I should take some more time, maybe a little prep work. But you know what? No. Just going to keep swinging one take and going for it and having fun and enjoying my books with you guys. But, you know, sometimes you got to take a moment to call out something, and I did. So now I can go about my day, and you can go about yours. Until next time.